This week, Paranormal Investigations takes us to Liverpool. However, this vibrant city also has many secrets from its past. Built in 1704, Woolton Hall was a glorious country house. The hall held generations of families, including the Earl of Sefton once lived within these walls. However, of recent years, Woolton Hall has fallen into disrepair and been the hotspot of many paranormal activities and sightings. One thing is for sure, Woolton Hall has secrets, and David and his team are going to investigate.
Hello and welcome to Paranormal Investigations. Tonight we're here at Woolton Hall in Liverpool to experience some brilliant phenomena inside this wonderful building. So let's go see what Woolton Hall has in store for us.
David and his team set up inside Woolton Hall. And joining David tonight are two special mediums, Jeanette Greenoff and Paul Humphreys.
Hi Paul.
Hi David.
Obviously we're here at Woolton Hall, a fantastic place for paranormal investigation. We have to clarify as well, you didn't know where you was going.
Yeah.
Up until this point, we've literally just fetched you here and you're in the building now. So tell me a bit about how you work.
Predominantly I will see things, so when the spirit will come forward, they will show me things, about themselves.
Brilliant.
And sometimes I'll see them in full form. Sometimes I'll just see the energy of that spirit person.
Okay.
So it really depends on how they want to do it. So mainly I see things, but also I'm very lucky to feel spirit as well. So when they come very close to me, I get to feel like the personality of them, if there was good people.
Which is quite a big thing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So the personality really shines through. And often in those feelings, you sometimes feel the conditions in, what they was faced in life, what they went through, if they was having hard times of life or good times. So there's a lot of feelings involved in the way that I work.
Okay, wonderful. And have you felt anything at the moment since you came in? I mean, we've only been in for about 10 minutes or so.
Yes, certainly. You can feel senses of sadness in some of the areas that I felt upstairs.
Of course.
In particular, there's a certain room up there that I felt like I wanted to cry, and I could feel like the energies of a lot of children as well that must have come here at one point. So that's going to be quite interesting, I think, tonight in this investigation.
Okay.
As I'm actually talking now, I've got an image of a little girl that steps forward, so hopefully we can commune with her later.
Wonderful.
So that'll be
absolutely brilliant. Okay, we'll get on with the walk round, shall we?
Excellent.
Brilliant. Let's go.
Okie dokie.
David now takes Paul on a walk around the building to see if the medium's skills can pick up any information that Woolton Hall might be offering.
So Paul, are you actually feeling anything at the moment?
Certainly am, David. I'm certainly feeling the vibrations of a gentleman at this time.
Okay.
And first impressions I get from this man, I would feel with him maybe about 60 years old, this gentleman, as he first connects through to me. And he's got quite gaunt features. He's got a lot of facial hair. There's a big beard here with this man. That's something to do with bones and this kind of thing. So maybe he had some kind of dealings with ships.
Okay.
When he was in his earthly life, I would say he was a taskmaster, this man. Certainly, yes, he liked to get the job done, and he had that kind of personality, that he'd speak his mind. And there is a name that I'm picking up as well.
Okay.
And I heard the name of Fred.
Fred? Okay.
Frederick.
Okay.
And that would be very, very important with this lovely man. And I think it's actually his name. From the personality of this man, I just feel very kind of proud. Well, he would have been proud of this place at that time. In my thoughts, as he's walking around, like he's got his arms folded and he's walking on. He doesn't seem very impressed in his surroundings.
Okay.
And I feel that this gentleman here, maybe he owned this property at some point. So, and as I said, I feel a little bit kind of saddened with him as he senses as it is today. and I'm sure he would like to see it back in its full glory again, most definitely.
Okay.
As I'm getting more and more information here. Now, I don't think he's come here to cause us any problems. I think it's quite interesting what we're doing here tonight, and maybe we may get some phenomenon from him.
Okay.
But certainly, you know, as he comes here tonight, I don't think he's going to cause us much of a problem. But certainly, I think he just wants us to know that he is around and is still very connected to this place. The name of Richard would be important as well. Richard. But I did hear Richard being said. Okay. Now, as I said earlier on, when we was having a little chat, I felt children, masses of children that would come here, but not live here. So there must be some kind of function, maybe like a school, at some point. But this little girl that came through to me earlier on, she would only be maybe 7, maybe 8 years old when she went into the world of spirits. And I felt with this little girl that she succumbed where there would have been like a blood condition, you know, maybe like a TB or something on those lines.
Okay.
But as she showed herself to me, and I was looking at the attire that she was wearing, I would place her somewhere roughly about 1955, 1960.
Did you get a name with her at all, Paul?
I did for the name of Elizabeth. She's very, very active little girl, very pleasant little girl, and she likes to come here and play. But the interesting thing is the two timelines of this gentleman of Frederick. He's going way back, maybe 1800s, somewhere around there with this gentleman. And this young lady, obviously from a different time frame, but they do see each other. And I feel that she's quite scared of this man.
Right, okay.
It's quite scary towards her, but she comes here to play.
Okay, that's
Isn't
lovely,
it?
isn't it?
But she's got a lovely energy, and I feel maybe she'll play around with us tonight and have a bit of fun.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Hi Jeanette, lovely to meet you. Obviously, we have to clarify that you didn't know where you were coming tonight. It's just totally brand new to you.
Yes.
So the initial thoughts on the building, obviously you've never been to Woolton Hall before.
I haven't.
Okay.
My initial thoughts, sad.
Okay, brilliant.
Yes.
And have you picked up anything along the way at the moment, or have you not actually got that far yet, or
Loads.
you've picked up classes?
I have. There's children here. There's people that have been murdered here.
Okay.
There's a lot going on
there's
in
quite
this.
in depth.
There's a lot of things going on in this building here. Happy times, sad times, but also to see the building and spirit's feeling of what the building's happened to it.
Of course.
That's what's in my head.
Tell me, Jeanette, what's the way that you work? Because obviously you've been doing this for a long time.
I've been hearing spirits since the day I was born. I've been talking to them since about the age of 2, which is my first knowledge of speaking to spirit. I am very lucky. Spirit have given me all the gifts.
Okay.
I actually see, I hear, I sense,
Okay.
but that's not come all at once.
Shall we go and see what it's going to store for us?
That's brilliant.
Come on then.
That's great.
It's now Jeanette's turn to explore Woolton Hall, but very soon she realises she is being drawn to a certain area, and she must go to that point.
I'm not here, she said you're wrong. Here we go. No, I'm not. She says no.
No. Okay.
Just a minute. Tell me where you're going. Oh, she's excited now. She's getting happy.
You found it?
Found it. There's been a fire somewhere on this side of the building.
Okay, so you're picking up on a fire.
Maria, you're happy now. She's happy. Scullery maids.
Scullery maids.
Maids.
Right, okay.
Okay. She's saying there was different walls up then.
Right.
Different walls.
So you
There
feel
was
the building's
part of a
changed?
dormitory, which she was in.
Not in the garden, but just facing us there in that building, as
Yes.
you can see.
Yes.
There was dormitories inside there where people would stay. I don't know if it's children as of yet. I need to speak to Joe.
Thank
but
you.
definitely children stopping in the building.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If that's where she's fetched me because of that,
Okay.
and more because I wouldn't have seen that
Of course.
building,
Yeah.
Is that building connected to this?
It's built inside the ground, so it is now connected, yeah.
Thank you. Oh, okay, calm down. I'm only having to help her because there's going to be no information on this. I know there isn't because we are helping her today to be free. There was a separate room that girls had to go into for other things at night. And that's why she was feeling anxiety. She was doing things that she didn't want to do. She's the one that had a baby. And she died young. There's something about a young girl's presence in the garden. Are you happy, darling? She's happy. She told somebody she's happy.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Okay, do you want to move on?
I do.
Okay,
very
wonderful.
much.
You've got some wonderful information upstairs, so we're now going to go through to the main hall.
Lovely.
Do you feel confident in
I
just
do.
walking
I would
through?
love to go there.
Wonderful.
Actually.
Okay, let's go.
Thank
Okay.
you. Yeah, lovely.
Okay, Jan, so obviously we're in the main part of the hall now.
Yes.
Is there anything that you're picking up in here, or a particular
Yes.
place that you're drawn to?
Yes. I'm actually, for some reason, in the 1900s to the 1920s
Okay.
of gambling, drink, parties.
Okay.
And that is why Spirit are angry. They still live here
Right, okay.
and they are trying to protect the hall. I'm also seeing here soldiers.
Right.
So this is like, I don't know how old this building is, but I'm being taken back to the 1700s.
Correct.
And part of this room was actually used for beds for soldiers at
Right.
that time.
Okay.
And that is why I'm picking up, obviously people, sad things, people losing legs, losing limbs, crying. I'm hearing crying
Right,
from
okay.
men
Okay.
and nurses in
Nursing conditions and...
nursing conditions,
Okay.
and there's bed and a bed and a bed and a bed.
And you feel that actually was in
Yes.
this room?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I don't know why, but I feel as if that opened. And when they were in the
Yeah.
wheelchairs, they used to take them out into the garden
Right,
for
okay.
their recuperation, so to speak.
Right, okay.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
For their well-being. There's a gentleman here who was of the main family many years ago.
Okay.
He then something went wrong when money disappeared and the house then was sold in the 1960s, 1970s
Right.
to where it went pear-shaped and modern things were tried to fetch it into here.
Right,
I'm
okay.
actually seeing a modern snooker table.
Right, okay.
So that's, and card games and things like that, and it became in the wrong hands, so to speak.
Okay, so that, you feel all that went on in this particular
Yes.
room? What are you hoping to achieve tonight out of the investigation yourself?
Well, tonight, David, you know, working as a spiritualist, be that working on a platform or an investigation like this, you know, we're really hoping that we're going to capture some real phenomenon. Hopefully we can get some communication between us and the medians, and hope we can get some things on camera.
Obviously, later on when the lights go down, do you think we'll get any phenomena?
Oh,
going on?
yes,
Do you think
they're
we'll
ready.
get- Okay.
They're all ready.
What sort of things do you think we're going to experience?
There's going to be noises. They
Right.
want to make a noise.
Okay.
And they want to make everyone scared. They're going to have a laugh about it.
All of our mediums are experienced and they have gathered together as one to safely practice the Ouija board. Do not attempt this yourself.
Okay, then off we go.
Okay, so
Can't even see it. Missed it.
is there anybody with us at the moment? If there is, can you please try and move the planchette? Oh, it's moving already. If there's anybody with us at the moment, can you please try?
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. If you're male, please take it to yes.
Oh, I can smell some hot strong.
what?
Urine everywhere.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I can smell it so strong. Yeah, I am, thank you very much.
Whoa.
We're off. Thank you. Lovely.
Likes laughter.
Nice laughter.
I think we've got a young energy.
Well
Do
done.
as well. Yeah.
Go on, have your laugh on that side, please.
Yeah, that's what it wants.
Please try and move for us a little bit more. Are you male? You feel a little
I
bit
feel it's this little girl that's been playing around.
Do you feel it's the same energy as what we had
I
upstairs?
feel it just trying to come over to this side, but it's very faint.
Okay.
Sweetheart, use all our energies together and really give this a big move. If this is you, darling, come take it to the yes. If it's not, take it to the no.
I don't believe this. My other hand's vibrating. Shut up.
There she
Oh,
goes.
yeah,
Send
yeah,
us the
it's
email, they
moving,
want
it's moving.
laughter.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the little girl, she wants laughter, she's moving.
Bless you.
She's
Thank
moving.
you. Oh, you're such a good girl.
She is
Come on,
a good
sweetheart.
girl.
Oh.
We love you as well. Come on forward. Yeah? Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
well done, sweetheart.
Are you the little girl that was upstairs with me?
Well done.
yeah.
Oh, well done.
Brilliant.
Oh, bless you.
You're doing fine.
Very strong.
Are you the little girl that's from the 1950s? Roughly about 1955, 1960. Oh, wow, yes, I can feel that. That was that little girl that I mentioned.
Coming
Okay.
forward now.
Oh, well done, sweetheart.
But she comes here to play.
Okay.
Definitely,
That's
isn't
lovely,
it?
isn't it?
But she's got a lovely energy, and I feel maybe she'll play around with us tonight. So she's not from centuries,
I've got a
this
different one, yeah.
Did you get a name with her at all, Paul?
I did fill the name of Elizabeth. She's very, very active little girl, very pleasant little girl, and she likes to come here and play.
That's lovely.
Oh, bless you.
That was the little girl, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth,
Okay.
Elizabeth, is that you?
She said she was going to come and play.
She did upstairs,
Was
she did. Yeah.
that the girl in the top room?
Correct.
Yeah.
It was.
She likes to play. The little girl, I think she belonged to maybe some kind of school in
She
here.
is. There she's going.
Bless you.
Are you having a dance?
She's beautiful.
Can you give
Yes.
us your age, Elizabeth?
There we
Oh.
go.
Well done, sweetheart.
There she goes.
Well
Just need to
done.
find
Oh, you're such a good girl. Well done. Oh, you are a good girl. Good girl.
What's she stopped on?
My God.
7.
That's what I said, 7.
Oh, bless you.
7 years old. She would only be maybe 7, maybe 8 years old when she went into the world of spirits.
That's
Well done, darling.
Okay.
Well done.
Brilliant.
And she comes here to play.
Good.
She'll play around with us tonight and have a bit of fun.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's lovely.
And her friends used to come here, so she used to play.
Lovely. She's gone back to the middle.
Okay, so the gentleman's here. There's a gentleman right between Colin and Sam.
That's fine.
I don't know if anybody else is feeling them around, but he's watching.
Yeah.
But they do see each other, and I feel that she's quite scared of this man.
Right,
Really,
okay.
it's quite scary towards her. This little girl starting to draw back because she doesn't like him.
You can actually feel the table moving. If anybody else
Yeah.
is still on
You
the
can.
table, you can actually feel
You
the
can.
table
It's
is.
vibrating.
Whoa,
There we go.
where are we going?
It's a name. She wants to give you the name. J. Next letter, darling.
Was this another person?
I think it's the guy.
Could be,
Yeah, I think it's another person.
because I said there's a gentleman.
Yeah, there is.
I do feel.
Whoa. I know you're standing close to me.
He's taking it off the board.
Go back. Yeah, come on, push your
This is
back
one who
down.
said it'd come.
To get rid of
She's
John.
gone over there. She's gone over
She's
to those
moved.
people.
She's definitely
She's moved.
She's over there by.
Can you feel anything next to you, Melissa?
Actually,
Yeah.
Okay.
she's connected to that man upstairs. She's back.
Which is something that, yeah, Paul picked up.
It's like from different just in an era, and she's frightened to move in case she bumps into him.
Because he's from one area, she's from another.
Yes.
And she doesn't like it.
But he was naughty too.
I'm sure that made them a spiritual level.
Mentally.
She likes to come and play.
Oh, it's freezing. He's done that himself.
Oh,
well done, well done.
Crikey,
Right,
crikey.
okay. Go on.
Okay, do you want to ask a question, David?
Yeah.
I think he's giving you his name.
Okay, can you spell out your name for
He's
us? So
done
we got
J.
J. Please give us the second letter of your name.
Come on, my friend, come and show us. You've done really, really well there.
No, excuse
Yeah, but
me,
we're doing
on
this
a
in-
letter. We're on a letter.
Can't see, Jen.
We're on it.
No,
That's
it's
it. He's
clear.
moving it now. No,
I
he's
wish we'd have
pointing
brought
it.
a candle.
There you go. What's that, please?
T. JT.
JT. Thompson.
Is that yes or no to John?
No.
No.
JT. JT.
Is it under?
Someone picked up a James earlier on. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't get James out.
James.
Is your name James?
Yes.
Yeah, you have to go that way.
He's going that way. James, well done.
Well done, James. Hello.
Thank you, James.
Good evening to everyone.
James, do you belong to this building?
He stayed on yes. So he's belonging to this
Okay.
building.
James, can you give us your age?
Moving. He's moving, he's looking for it.
Five. I think he's 55.
Yeah, he stayed on
Seems
it,
to be
hasn't
staying
he?
on it,
Yeah.
doesn't he?
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, he's 55. There you go.
What's that? Can't see it. Can anybody else see
Can
that?
you see that? Let's have a look.
Can you see it, Jan? I can't see.
You got it? E.
E.
E or F? He's in the middle of E and F. I actually got Elizabeth then.
Yeah, because that was a little girl's name I picked with Elizabeth.
Right,
So
Elizabeth.
she could still be with us
She
as well.
could still be here as well.
Exactly.
Is that you,
Yeah.
Elizabeth?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Hello, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
You're
She's
doing
still
very
with us.
well.
Bless her heart.
Yeah.
Good girl.
Are you here on your own, Elizabeth?
Yes. Have you come for help? No, she's quite happy in the building.
Yeah.
She's happy in the building. We've got you. Beautiful. Yeah, she's stopped. She's letting us know.
Well done, sweetheart.
Well, it's lovely to meet you. She's struggling.
See what the vapours that's coming off that middle.
Yeah.
Do you want to break this for a while then? Come
Yeah.
back to it afterwards, yeah?
Elizabeth, we're still with you. We're going to help you. We're just going to have a break.
Thank you very much for coming through on the board.
Yeah. Lovely
We will
loads.
come back again afterwards. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Thank you. Okay. Lovely.
Okay.
Brilliant.
With the Ouija board now completed, Jeanette and Paul go on a final walk around of Woolton Hall.
Play the piano. Just put on a little bit. Paul, please. She's asking me. Play the piano for this little girl. Please.
Just play something random.
Just random. Over here.
Sinister.
noise music, Jeanette?
She's loving it.
She loves it.
She's loving it. That's beautiful. We were lucky that piano's been here. Really lucky. I'm not getting anything down there.
No, it's quiet.
Yeah, it's all quiet. The circle.
Okay, excellent. So is there any particular area inside Woolton Hall that you're looking forward to going into?
I think in the cellar would be quite interesting.
cellar?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is what, yeah.
Yeah, the foundations of the building, that's where all the
Absolutely.
energy build up down there, so
Absolutely.
it'll be very interesting.
Now, your initial thoughts, guys, are you actually picking anything as you're entering the cellar, or are you just
No, I am picking up coming down here as if people dreaded coming down here.
dreading coming down?
Yes, I'm the same.
Okay.
So, people came down here when they were going wrong.
Okay.
Oh my God. Is it on record anywhere, please, where somebody gave birth down here?
We could check it up, Jan.
Please.
At the present moment, I'm not too sure.
Thank you. That I'm seeing a baby. This baby was born on her own and she died here. I hope you find some evidence, I really do. Has there been registered monks in here, please?
Yes, there is.
Thank you. That's not good. That is bad. Paul, what are you getting, love?
I'm certainly feeling that there was people that was brought down here and was bludgeoned.
Yes, I'm
Certainly feeling an energy of the gentleman that certainly lost his life in the hands of the person. There's no question about it.
yes.
You can just feel it in the energies and in the residual energy that's left here.
Okay.
And I feel like it happened somewhere around here. That he was brought down here and beaten, and I feel like he was strangled.
Yes.
And I'm really feeling this tightness around my throat. I just feel like I want to be physically sick.
This has been filled in. Is this a well?
I wouldn't be too certain until...
This has been put in after. This is original, and this has been put in after. She's telling me.
Can you get a bit more, did you know?
There's water or a well. There's something to do with water.
Water?
And people trying to escape. People trying to come out of here.
Do you know what, Jeanette? Just as we step into this space,
Yeah.
I don't know what you're feeling around there, but the first impressions with my third eye there, I've got presence of chains here.
This,
Like to be been chained.
Chained up?
Yeah.
chained
Right,
up.
okay.
This,
Yes, it feels like an incarceration.
I spoke to the caretaker of to John,
Yes.
and this is the part of the cellar that nobody likes to
Understand.
come into
I
because they
can-
can feel bad energy within the
can't
cellar.
even
So,
feel
so that's absolutely correct.
When
What
we
I'm
sat,
saying
when we sat upstairs, I just felt
Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
so much what's happening in
I
this space.
actually feel.
Freezing. I have got absolutely
I'm
freezing.
feeling people being shackled, held against their will, incarcerated down there and beaten, and it just feels awful.
So it's a bad feeling down
It's
here
horrible. For them, it's horrible condition.
for you. Okay, so I think that's our cue to move back upstairs.
Yes,
Yep.
certainly,
Okay.
please. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Here we go. Come on then. Come on.
I've got a feeling this person's going to come. John was upstairs.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Right. Okay. Okay. Someone's actually had their head chopped off in the cellar.
Chopped off.
Yes.
Right.
With a massive round, I think we call them a scythe,
Scythe, yeah.
and it's just gone like that.
Are you able to get a rough date for us, you know, that we can obviously check the
1820,
information?
1825.
1820, 1825.
Yes.
Okay, so we can obviously
Yes.
check up on that and check the
Yes.
information. Yeah.
And I think Paul's with me on that. Yeah, smashing.
A lot of things going on
Yeah.
down there.
Okay, great.
Oh,
Right. Come with you.
oh, oh my God, I've gone cold. Oh my God.
Okay, Jan, what are you picking up? Are you getting anything similar or?
I am. Someone's touched my shoulder. I'm like, I can't help them. I feel shaky. I feel cold.
I'm going to go further down. You shouldn't be scared of things like that. I'm absolutely petrified.
I feel scared. I am never scared of spirit, but this is really...
This is round here where I... Oh, God. Oh, shit.
Absolutely freezing cold.
I am frozen. If you felt my hands...
See, David. Is this you, David? Come here, my friend. Just come here. You are feeling the energy where I felt people chained. And they was abused, beaten, starved. I'm just in the surroundings around here.
Yes.
It's like you can smell the stench. You can smell the stench of feces.
Everything.
And where they've been in their own mess. It's just awful, awful conditions. They must have been so scared and petrified.
It's really, you can feel the eeriness of just being in, let alone it's a cellar, but you can actually feel, you know.
And it's not old, as you know, there's children down here.
Yeah.
There's children down here.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
I feel sick, I feel...
It's almost as if you've got like a young family that's been put down here.
Yes, that makes sense.
Like a mother and child and
yes.
You know, things like this.
Yes.
Do you want to walk up further up and we go?
Oh my God. The little girl.
Yes.
Just in this corner here.
Sarah.
This is going back in time.
This is Sarah.
Right, okay.
This was not from the 1950s like I said upstairs.
No.
This is going further back.
Can you give me the age, please, and then I will tell David the age I got.
Well, I was feeling maybe getting on for about maybe 10 years old.
I was 13.
But maybe just give or take.
Give or take.
But, you know, it's in the energy that you feel that. Do you know what I'm feeling as well? Of that child. You alright, Joe?
No, I feel sick.
That child.
I feel sick.
That young lady, she was raped as well, you know.
I did actually see that in the other building upstairs. There was a separate room that girls had to go into for other things at night. And that's why she was feeling anxiety. She was doing things that she didn't want to do. I do really believe that all these spirit people have actually followed us down here. And this building has had such a lot of sadness.
She was definitely, she was raped, this girl.
She was.
She was murdered.
And she died young. It is.
Feel,
it is a feeling of death.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Absolute death.
Shall we move down a little bit then, guys, and see?
Yes.
Yeah, you okay with that?
Paul's just getting something else.
Okay.
Can you, I actually...
There is actually footsteps down here, Dad. I can see your footsteps.
Oh, God.
I actually can hear your footsteps.
Is that
We
Frederick?
just all keep quiet a second. Is there anybody in here with us now? If there is, please give us a sign. Maybe make a noise for us. Show us of your presence. Oh, guys, it was definitely 110%. And there's a light just come right across there. There was a voice. Me and Penny just heard a woman shouting down there. Did you know?
Yeah. Okay.
I hope that's got on the camera. I really hope it has. Please, if that was you, please give us a sign. Please come closer to us. Let us feel your presence.
Please. There's somebody stood between me and Paul.
It's that little girl, I think.
I don't know, there's a man here as well. Can you see anything on your camera, Paul's?
I felt him in. He was over that way. I said, there's the gentleman joining us.
Yes.
And I think he's something to do with this.
Yeah, I do as well.
I can't get the name of him.
The little girl's down there, he's here.
Jeez.
And there's something about the little girl not moving because she's scared of him.
Yeah.
So wherever you are, you're a nasty piece of work, and I think it's time you went away and let this little girl go where she's supposed to go.
His energy's right close.
Right there by the door.
I really don't want to go in that doorway.
I do, though.
Do you feel going to go
Yeah,
ahead?
Yeah.
I'd like to go there.
Come on,
I'm not scared
wherever
of it.
you are.
It doesn't scare me.
Come on.
It doesn't belong to this earth anymore.
No.
I'm getting impressions of this man. He's not nice. He's a real nasty
That's
character.
the one we've had.
And I get a sense here that certainly a group of men, not just him, there's a group of men that bring people down here and would do these horrific things to the children, to ladies and so forth.
She's still here.
It's just on the images.
Feel a lot of different energies with you.
It's those men. It's making me feel. Oh, it's just horrible. Horrible people.
I've got you, Dolly. I need she's coming out. She's coming out with us.
I think they've trapped her.
I know it's not evidence, I'm ever so sorry, but she's coming out with us.
Yeah, okay.
She's definitely stood here. My hand is that cold. I know that she's holding my hand and we're passing the men. So let's see what happens as we go out the door. See if she
Okay,
can.
so shall we make our way out to
yeah,
see then, guys?
please.
Then we'll.
That's lovely.
Okay.
Right, shut it off.
Alright.
Yeah, that's it. It's a lot. We've done some good tonight here.
Absolutely, yeah.
We've done some good by all of us helping
And
the
we've
spirit.
felt a lot.
We've felt a lot of anger and a lot
Absolutely.
of, you know.
We've had a fantastic evening here at Woolton Hall tonight. Thank you to the fantastic evidence that the mediums have given to us, and I will get it clarified by the owners of the building.
There's been a fire somewhere on this side of the building.
There has been more than one fire reported in the building.
And there is a name that I'm picking up as well, Frederick. The name of Richard would be important as well. With Richard, he'd be about 60 years old. There's some kind of dealings with ships. I hear maybe he owned this property at some point.
Frederick Richards Leyland died at 60 years old, owned Woolton Hall 1877 to 1898, and was one of Britain's largest ship owners.
Okay, can you spell out your name for us? So we got J. Please give us the second letter of your name.
There you go. What's that, please?
T. JT.
JT. Thompson.
Is your name James?
James, well done.
The initial JT was believed to have been James Thompson, who did have dealings with Woolton Hall around the 1920s.
I don't know how old this building is, but I'm being taken back to the 1700s.
Woolton Hall was first built around 1704. A monk-like figure has been spotted several times in the cellar.
Part of this room was actually used for beds for soldiers. Nursing conditions on this bed and a bed and a bed and a bed.
It's on records that the hall has been used as an army hospital in the past.
Children, masses of children, function maybe like a school at some point. 55, 1960.
The hall became a girls' school from around the 1950s to the 1970s.
And she died young.
Certainly lost his life in the hands of
The feeling of death.
It's sad to say many deaths of people have been reported in Woolton Hall.
So until next time, good night.
I want to say good night to Spirit actually. Good night you lot, we'll see you again.
I really enjoyed it. Until next time, come on.
Good night.
Let's get in that bus. Let's go. I'm absolutely frozen. Anybody else?